What's up, CEOs? It's Shamel, and it's time for our weekly auto dealer training. And today is going to be getting started as a buy here, pay here dealer. So if you're watching this right now, you're watching the replay. This video goes down live in the Facebook group. So if you want to join live and be able to ask questions live, then you want to join the Facebook group. And I will put the link in the description. So while we wait for people to come on, I want to introduce myself. I am Shamel Leonard, and I'm the founder of the Auto Dealer Business School. Why did I found the Auto Dealer Business School? Because I felt like there needed to be one. And the Auto Dealer Business School now exists, and it is a place where you can come and you can get your dealer's license and you can set up the foundation of your dealership so that you can make 6 figures or more in 12 months or less and have the foundation to be an absentee owner, so that your investment truly is that an investment. Okay, so the Auto Dealer Business School is growing, and we have the opportunity to help people in a couple of different formats and forums, like the NIADA dashboard, which is basically like their place for content for auto dealers, right? But I have always said that there is a lack of resources for auto dealers who need to start up lean. That means don't have a whole lot of money, and also, do business a little different. Like, don't have the big team or the big pockets initially, right? But will soon. But like, how do you start when you are starting from there, right? So that's the kind of content that I bring, and also the business side and setting up the foundation. Because really, if I had known how to set up my dealership in the beginning, it'd have been a lot better and a lot easier to manage, right? So NIADA dashboard, NIADA stands for National Independent Auto Dealer Association. And I had the chance to be a speaker at the NADA conference in 2021. NADA is National Auto Dealer Association. Their programs and content are geared mostly towards franchise dealers, but don't count that out because there's a lot of information still for any dealers, right? So part of what I was saying yesterday in a mentoring session for the 6-Figure Dealer Club is my goal here is to also help you understand the lingo in your industry, because now you're an auto dealer, you need to know the lingo. And at NADA, they talk a lot of auto dealership lingo, vocabulary, right? But that's something that we, even as small dealers or startup dealers, need to know about, because it's our industry. We need to know what they're talking about and what they're referring to, right? So that's what I wanted to say about that. That wasn't even planned, but apparently somebody needed to hear that. So I got a couple of announcements. The 6-Figure Dealer Club is now open for enrollment, and it will close soon in a couple of weeks, because a lot of people are joining, and I am definitely making sure that I can manage and bring everyone their results. Like Ronika, what's up, Ronika? Like, Ronika just joined. And man, I was so happy she joined, because Ronika was on these lives, and we had our strategy session, and she was just she was asking the questions, but I could tell she just needed to make that leap, right, Ronika? So I could not wait to get my hands on her business. Good morning, Michael. So yes, I want to just say that, yeah, so that's my announcements that 6-Figure Dealer Club's open for enrollment, right? Okay, Renika said yes. So do say in the comments though, Renika, how's it going so far? Because I really feel like you jumped in and you're like, yes, I'm here. Let me get everything I need. And that's what I want. And that's what I like. All right. So do, just say in the comments, like, how's it going so far. All right. And then if you want to do a video later, we can definitely do a video, but let me get back on track. So today we're talking about getting started as a buy here, pay here dealer. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this lesson now is because I just updated the buy here, pay here, the no repo buy here, pay here dealer program in the 6-Figure Dealer Club. Okay, so I'll talk more about what the no repo buy here, pay here is, because to be honest, buy here, pay here is no joke. Okay, it's difficult if managed incorrectly, and that's exactly what I did in the beginning. I managed it incorrectly. Okay, so yeah, it's no joke. I mean, I have repoed from the beauty salon. Okay, I have taken a lot of time and a lot of effort. And I mean, it can be kind of crazy if not managed correctly. So what I needed to do for my business was I needed to figure out how to manage it correctly. So what I'm telling you today about setting up your Buy Here, Pay Here program is all the things you need to know about managing it correctly, right? So because Buy Here, Pay Here is very, very important. It is the residual income in your business. Like, it's part of the blueprint too of starting up lean. So if you're a small dealership and you're starting up and you don't have a really big budget, like, it's part of the overall scheme of where your revenue should come from and how it should come as a startup dealer. Okay. And I am going to do a online workshop soon about that, about the revenue streams for lean dealers, people who are starting up with small budgets. Okay. But Buy Here, Pay Here is very important for your revenue and for your money, your goals, your the income of your business, your personal income, because the more income your business has, the more income you can have personally. Okay. So it's important to get it right. And it's important to consider it, even if it looks intimidating, even if it sounds hard, and even if you've heard the horror stories, it's worth it, because it is, like I said, your residual income, because it is accounts receivable, right? So it's also an asset because it is accounts receivables. It's receivables that you can actually borrow against as well. Okay. So if you're hearing me, you know, this is an opportunity to really glow up in your business if you can get this right. All right. So let's go through what it takes to get it right, because you do need to have a plan. Getting started, besides, of course, having a dealer's license, you, of course, have to have a dealer's license to be able to sell cars retail, right? But besides that, you may need to have a finance license depending on your state. And just to give you an idea, because I know I have 2 states primarily that watch a lot, Georgia does not need a license for Buy Here, Pay Here to start, and Texas does. Okay. And inside the No Repo Buy Here, Pay Here program, I will have all of the states and what their licensing process is. Okay. So that is underway currently. So you may need a finance license. Why? Because you are financing. You are a bank essentially. And depending on your state, you will need to be regulated and watched over and make sure you do people right in that. Okay. So check to make sure you need a license. You definitely do need to have some way to register yourself as a lien holder, right? So, you need a lien number. You need to register as a lien holder. Back in the day, in Georgia, we didn't have to register as a lien holder. We just, you just put yourself as a lien, but now it's a little different. You have a lien number. Okay. So you have to definitely figure out how to be a lien holder and register for that. If you are in a state where you have to get a license, most likely they'll give you that information as well. A license to finance, okay? Just to be clear. So in addition to the finance license, possibly lien holder, registering as a lien holder, you need to also have your dealer management software with Buy Here, Pay Here features, okay? Because Buy Here, Pay Here is a lot to manage. You're gonna need to automate, especially if you're a small team or a team of 1, you're gonna need something to help you to automate. So you're gonna need the paperwork, you got to have the paperwork. You're gonna need to manage the payments, pull credit, if that's part of your program, etc. So you're gonna need your DMS software, okay? And I'll put in the description which DMS software I recommend right now for your business, all right? And DMS stands for Dealer Management Software, all right? So then after you have, that's the setup part, okay? So after you do that, then you're ready to get started. But then you have to now think about, well, what is your program going to be like? Okay. Because literally you are the orchestrator of this program. So you get to say what is approved and what's not approved. So what is your approval process? Is everyone approved? What does it look like when someone's not approved? What kind of documents do you need them to submit to make sure they are someone that you want to lend money to? Like, think about it in terms of if you're lending money to a family member, right? And you have a family member that you have 2 family members. You have one that you can trust basically and one who has a history of not paying your money back, right? So when the person who comes to you who has a history of not paying you your money back, you're probably gonna ask them a couple of questions. So think about it with that energy. It's like, I'm in business, but I am lending money, essentially. What do I need to know from my customer to make sure they'll be able to pay this money back? Because that's the whole point. It's not necessarily about selling the car. It's about getting that car paid off, okay? So what's your program like? What's your approval process? What's your down payment? All of that, okay? Define your program. Are you gonna do GPS tracking? That's also part of your program, okay? And then there is the car, all right? Ronika says it's amazing, very informative, will most definitely save you time and money. Okay, great, Ronika, yes. On her thoughts on recently joining the Six Figure Dealer Club, I think she might be a weekend. So great to hear, because that's the whole point. So I'm glad that is working out like that. All right, so the car, okay? So my suggestion is that you pick cars on your Buy Here, Pay Here program that can be paid off in 12 months or less. Okay, you don't want a car, the longer the term, the more you increase the likelihood that that car will not make it to the payoff date. Okay, so, you know, that's the suggestion. Keep that in mind. So you want to make sure you have a car priced so that it can be paid off in 12 months or less. All right. So that's all I'm going to say about the car right now, because I want to kind of keep this short. And then, of course, you have to know how to finalize the sale, you know, and how to take payments, the paperwork, what to give the customer, right? Now, your dealer management software is going to help you with a lot of that. But you're going to need to, of course, know what your step-by-step is in getting that done. All right. And then at this point, you have your customer, you pre-approve them. You got everything you need to be a Buy Here, Pay Here dealer. You sold the car, right? So that's what we've done with those steps. You can be a Buy Here, Pay Here dealer. You got your customer approved. You sold the car. You got everything to sell the car. Then you still not done. Okay, this is why people be like, Buy Here, Pay Here. Yikes, right? You still not done. Now you have customer management, follow up. And you also have asset management, collecting those payments or either collecting your car. Okay. That's the work in Buy Here, Pay Here. It's like after the sale is done, it's not done. You still have to manage that customer, understand what will prevent them from paying that vehicle off and make that not an obstacle. And then you have to manage payments, make sure they're on time, make sure they're the correct amount, make sure your customers know how to make those payments. And then and if they don't make those payments, then you have to collect that car, collect your asset. Okay. So that is getting started as a Buy Here, Pay Here dealer. I know I went through that kind of fast, but any questions, CEOs, any questions? Because I wanted you to definitely have at least the steps before I went over time, right? So any questions about that, let me know in the comments. All right, while I go into the No Repo Buy Here, Pay Here, okay? So No Repo Buy Here, Pay Here. First, I want to say I'm not one of those people who, you know, I just kind of like throw things out there to bait you, right? Okay, so let me just say that No Repo Buy Here, Pay Here is not a guarantee. Nothing is a guarantee. It all depends on what you put into it and how you make it happen. Grand Rising, CC. Okay, so let me just say that this is not a magical formula that's like, ooh, if I plug this in, it's No Repo Buy Here, Pay Here. It's all about you and how you run your program. Now, I'll give you the basics. I give you the steps, step by step, how to set up everything you need to set up. Also, everything that we went through, your pre-approval process, how to set up your DMS, how to use the Buy Here, Pay Here features in it, what GPS tracking, what kind of car, and you know how much that car should be. So I help you through all of that, right? Then what's your duty in this whole process to make sure it's No Repo Buy Here, Pay Here is it's about the customers you get, right? So I talked about understand you're lending money. So, you know, you got to activate that extra something that says, yeah, I can lend to them, or no, I cannot, right? And then for the ones you do decide to lend to, then your paperwork and the solutions that you have to address the problems that might prevent them from paying off that car, I give you in the program so that you have solutions for everything that could possibly come up to prevent them to not pay off that vehicle in full. All right. And then of course you need to have benefits for your customers to pay, right? Like we all kid about getting gold stars for adulting, right? Like how we used to get gold stars in kindergarten when we did something right. And now it's like, where's the gold star for adulting, right? I think that is important because people are looking for like, well, what's kind of like the recognition? What's kind of like, yeah, I know I'm paying it off and that's good and all, but it's also great to celebrate that, right? So that needs to be part of your program and having benefits for your customers to pay in full. And that is part of what I give you in this No Repo Buy Here, Pay Here program and how you set it up. Now, of course, it is how you run it yourself, right? But you'll have everything you need because that's what I would have liked when I was coming up as a beginner auto dealer, right? I would have liked somebody to be like, oh, okay, you want to do buy here, pay here? Let me show you how to set it up so that you don't have to go through the heartache and pain of repoing because it is not the best part of the process, right? It's great to have residual income and have an asset to manage and even borrow against. But this whole repo idea though, and how much it costs and then chasing somebody down and all this, I don't like that part, right? So I wish somebody would have came to me and been like, yeah, let me just set you up and give you everything you need. Let me tell you the foundation you need in your buy here, pay here program so that you minimize the number of repos that you have to do. You maximize the number of payoffs that you have, right? And you are building your portfolio because anytime you have money assets, that's what it's called, a portfolio, right? You're building your portfolio in a very sustainable way, right? Your churn rate, if you will, which is the amount of people who drop out, is low. So you're building constantly. This is not like building and somebody don't pay and then you gotta build again. You're building. I wish somebody would have come to me and been like, here you go, boo. Just do this. Follow these steps. This is what you need. Go get this. This is how you run your program. This is, what you do to protect yourself. I wish. So since I wished, I said, well, I'm going to give that to myself. Now, this is a program I run myself because I needed this. Okay. Everything I give in the Six Figure Dealer Club is also what I need and use. Right. So I had to be the one to do it for myself. But since I wish that for myself, I'm also giving that in the program. So that's why it's available in Six Figure Dealer Club. And what I'm talking about by it's available is the No Repo Buy Here, Pay Here plan, the program. Okay. So if you want any more information about joining the Six Figure Dealer Club and getting the No Repo Buy Here, Pay Here program, because you're like, yeah, I like how this sounds. I like residual income. That's nice. I like to increase the number of cars I sell because offering financing increases your car sales, period. Okay. Offering financing, any kind of financing increases your car sales, right? So if you're like, yeah, I like that idea. And you're like, well, let me check out this Six Figure Dealer Club then. Schedule a strategy session. I require that right now because we are a small group and I just need to make sure you're ready to go. You have everything you need. This is a great plan for you. It's possible for you to succeed. And also we work well together, right? It's good for you to, be on the inside and be like, okay, let me talk to you first. See if this works out. All right. So our first step then is scheduling a strategy session and I'll put the link in the description. So you can do that and we get 30 minutes to go through a plan for you. And if the plan for you includes what I offer in the Six Figure Dealer Club, then I will give you details. But if not, then I'll give you your plan and say, hey, well, this is what you need to do. Okay. That's fair? I feel like that's fair, but let me know if that's fair. Let me know if you have any questions. I was going kind of fast with this one because I wanted to make sure I got in a lot of information because it is a lot of information for Buy Here, Pay Here. So if anybody is out there thinking about starting it, I wanted you to know when you're going through to create your plan, these are the things you need to make sure you address. So any questions? Was this helpful? Let me know. Were you picking up what I was putting down here? Are you taking notes? Speak to me. Let me know something. Was it helpful? How you doing? Where you coming in from? Right? So while I'm waiting for comments, because I know there's a bit of a delay, I just want to say that, listen, CEOs, I'm realizing now more than ever, it's time to just really move forward with your plans. Like, if this is part of your plan, if you're interested, if you're getting like the nudge to move in this direction, then get up on it. Like, this is the time. Time is precious. Life is short, right? I served a customer notice to surrender motor vehicle. They left Florida, is now in Indiana. Is there any action they can take if I go and get my car? No, I mean, it's still your car. As long as you have a lien, recorded, it's still your car. You can go get your car. Okay. Did that answer your question? Any action they can take, just because they skip state lines, does not change the fact that there is a lien on that vehicle. Okay. Now, if you didn't do a lien, now that's a different conversation. So let me know that in the comments. Is that helpful? All right. It's very helpful, Renika. Good morning. Yes, very helpful. Awesome, Adrian. I'm looking for you to join too. I see you. I know it's in your spirit, in your mind. I'm looking for you to join the club, but definitely in your own time, when it feels right. But I'm ready when you are. And that just doesn't go for you. It goes for everyone. Like, I'm ready when you are. I'm here. I'm going through the motions. I'm improving the Six-Figure Dealer Club currently with enhanced step-by-steps to make it even easier, because I've learned a lot about how adults learn. Like, just because you're giving information doesn't mean that they're, learning and applying it. So I'm taking what I've learned and enhancing the program so you can get the most out of it, okay? Daniel, good morning. Oh, yes. Okay, Michael, yes, I have a lien. Thanks for info. Yes, as long as you have a lien, you are good to go, okay? So, all right, CEOs, that is all I have today for getting started as a Buy Here, Pay Here dealer. Remember, it is an important part. Buy Here, Pay Here is an important part of the framework. The plan for lean dealership startup is very important. It can be a headache. Sorry, Michael, that happened to you, because that is a headache. I'm not going to say necessarily that something that I could have provided for you could have helped, but I think maybe it could have, in the beginning before you had that customer, to kind of help to identify some of the red flags, because that's kind of what it is, really, is identifying the bad apples in the bunch, or the ones who ain't gonna do right. There's some people that just ain't gonna do right? So you got to identify them. But, I wish you luck and I hope everything goes well. But like I said, I can go on and on, because I have a heart for when things go wrong, right? I'll be like, no, it didn't have to be like that. You could have got help. Okay, but let me not go there. It is also a learning experience, right? So if you want to really see what is ahead of you, that's really what the program, I think, does, is like shows you like what's in front of you. What are all the things that could go wrong? And then this is the plan to make sure you have things in place so those things don't happen, right? That's what I really feel like I do here for the club. And yeah, so if that's also something you want, then schedule a strategy session. I'm here, ready when you are. I am always praying for your success, like really, really. Like, I literally have it on a sticky note that I pray for all of my auto dealers, right? Because in this world today, we need all the help we can get, right? Especially in business. So I'm always praying for you. So have that feeling of security that someone is rooting for me, like somebody is supporting me, even if I don't see it or feel it, okay? Because it's me. I'm the one. If you don't feel like nobody else, I'm the one rooting for you and supporting you, okay? Thanks. It's a learning experience. Okay, you're doing a great job. Learning is important. Yes, Daniel, thank you. All right, CEOs, I could go on and on forever. I feel like definitely need to do like some kind of meetup so we can all get together, because yeah, I'm feeling like I need to get to know everybody, but I'll keep you informed. I definitely do have some in-person events planned soon, so stay tuned. But I will see you next week. I'm not sure what the topic will be. If there's something in particular you want to learn about or hear about, then definitely drop that in the comments, and I will see you next week. All right, thanks, CC. You have a great day too, boo. All right, bye.